The Canola School on RealAgriculture.com is brought to you by Alberta Canola Producers Commission, Sask Canola, and Manitoba Canola Growers.
Welcome to Real Agriculture's Canola School series. I'm Kara Oosterhuis. In this episode, I talked to Jim Tokarchuk, who is the Executive Director with the Soil Conservation Council of Canada. Jim and I talk about how to keep your soil healthy, as well as what the current state of soil is across Canada.
Sure. What we're talking about at this booth is soil conservation and health. And the reason we want to do that is that soil health and conserving our soils or protecting our soils is a really important thing, not just from the perspective of farmers who are making a living from the land, but there's also impacts to our climate, to our water, climate change that soil is involved in. Soil helps to remove carbon dioxide from our atmosphere. It helps to clean water as it percolates through. We're above a big aquifer here, so making sure that in a place like this, soil health is in good shape is really important. And it's really important from the perspective of feeding the world. Sometime in the next 30 years, our population is going to be about 9 billion people. It's about 4 now, and soil health globally, not just in Canada but globally, is going to be really key to feeding that population at that time. So it's not just a farm issue. It's an issue that all Canadians should have a view on. It should be as important to Canadians as clean water and clean air. Those things are interrelated. So in front of me, we do a little demonstration that gives people sort of a visual of what soil is. It's not an inert mass. It's very much alive. There are living creatures, there's plants of course, but there's living creatures, bacteria, fungus, nematodes, all kinds of things in soil that help it do its functions for us. Those ecosystem functions and the functions of producing food. So in front of me, we have some underwear that I buried on this site in early June. And it's pure cotton, white cotton underwear. And so what happens when I bury that is all those creatures, those beings in the soil are looking for air, water, and food. And they really like carbon. It's like candy for them. So in the period of about 6 weeks, they go from this to almost disintegrated. Almost all the cotton and all the carbon has been eaten by the population of critters in the soil. And so we use that as a very rough proxy of soil health. It tells us the soil's active, it's doing its functions well, and the underwear suffers the price for it. So it's also a fun thing. It's not all gloom and doom in our business. We think soil is a great thing. We want people to feel that way too. So have a little fun. You can do this in a garden. You can do it in a pot. My mother does it on a balcony in a pot, and some people do it on their farms, their backyards. Schools do it in their schoolyards, and from it you come away with an appreciation that what we're standing on isn't just dirt. It's not dirt till it gets on your clothes. This is soil, and we all rely on it to a great extent.
So can you tell me a bit about the soil, the state of the soil health across Canada right now?
Yeah. So we're doing a really good job in Canada. Our soil health is stable at this point. So it's the analogy I use is this isn't a 911 emergency. We're not in trouble, but let's look ahead. I've already mentioned growing populations, but we also have climate change, which is changing crops and pests, putting more stress on the land as we go forward in time. So we're really blessed in Canada with good soil health. Our challenge is to maintain it so that we don't fall behind. So there's lots of things that we have to be concerned about in soil health. I talked about tillage. We do have a changing crop regime, so we have to make sure that we're either rotating our crops with soil health in mind. We have changes in pest pressures, and so we have to be mindful of it. And I guess my my thinking is that soil health has to be as much of a part of your management plan as fertilizer or weed control or other pesticides or other pest issues. So we have to maintain it. It's important to our future.
Okay, awesome. Anything else you'd like to add?
I will mention that the Soil Conservation Council of Canada does hold regular national summits this year in October. October 2nd and 1st and 2nd rather. We'll be holding the National Soil Summit at the Ducks Unlimited facility north of Winnipeg. So go to our website, have a look, and I hope to see you there.